Cafe.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Here we go again. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program, or as the FM disc jockeys say, it's hump day. Halfway through that week, heading towards the weekend now. We've reached the mountaintop. I like wide open Wednesday. You're the show producer. You out there. Yep, Drew Brees is right. All over Metro New Orleans, listening, watching the program. You're the show producer. Maybe there's a topic we don't discuss enough, one we don't discuss at all, something where we just have the totally wrong viewpoint. You're the show producer. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X at the controls. What up, Mario B?
What's good, Corey? How are you?
The weather's fantastic. I'll tell you what's good. What a glorious day, huh?
The weather is nice, combined with all the holiday festivities, man, put me in a good mood.
Yeah, no doubt. The weather's incredible. Get outside if you haven't been, because it's just outstanding weather, like 70 degrees. Earlier today, it was around 1:30. It was like 67. Felt like 65, 64, just blue sky, nice little breeze blowing, absolutely comfortable. No, and it continues right now. This morning, man, it was a little nippy, like high 40s. It was kind of strange. Like it heated up quickly. High 40s around 8 a.m. By like 9:30, it was like low 60s. Tomorrow, kind of a rinse and repeat. 46 tomorrow morning. Then we'll hit the low 60s as the high. A little cooler tomorrow than today. Friday, 48 when we wake up, but we'll creep up to 72 on Friday. Saturday, we start off in the 50s and creep up to around 72. So really good weather throughout the week, throughout the weekend. Get outside, enjoy it. I mean, 70% of the country's like snowed in, just winter mess. We, on the other hand, you could almost go to the beach. Literally go lay out by the pool some of these afternoons. It's just outstanding weather. Air conditioning outside. Chamber of Commerce type stuff. San Diego type weather. Anyway, did I mention get outside and enjoy it? It's 70 degrees and sunny. Plus it gets dark still early, like around 5:25 or so. In the middle of this program, right in the middle of the 5 o'clock power hour. Hey, the 4 o'clock hour this afternoon brought to you by LGD Lawn and Landscapes, and specifically synthetic or artificial turf installation in your backyard. A lot of folks are replacing grass, especially in their backyard, especially in and around the pool area, especially if they have a dog or kids going in the backyard. No, zero maintenance with artificial turf, synthetic turf. No more puddles, no more tracking mud, dirt into the house. Now, ladies, listen up. This is a great Christmas present for him, an outstanding one, a grand slam home run, a memorable one, a memorable Christmas present, one he'll be talking about forever, make his friends envious. Let LGD Lawn and Landscapes install a chipping and putting green in your backyard for him for Christmas. They can get it done in like 24 hours. And if you get in touch with them today, they can get it done before Christmas. NOLALGD.com is the website. Check it out, NOLALGD.com. Check out all the installations in the metro area and get an absolutely free estimate on a chipping and putting green installed in your backyard for him for Christmas. They can get it done. New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes. If you go to my Twitter, at Corey Johnson, you not only can watch the program every day, check out clips, other opinions, and the like, at Corey Johnson on Twitter. My pinned tweet is my chipping and putting green in the backyard of my house that LGD Lawn and Landscapes installed. NOLALGD.com. Go to the website right now. What an incredible Christmas present. World class. NOLALGD.com. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. It's another driving tip by yours truly. Driving with hazard lights on while the vehicle's moving in Louisiana, illegal. If you're driving, if your vehicle's moving and your hazard lights are on, it's illegal. Corey, you don't understand. I've got a mattress and box spring on the roof of my car, and me and my buddy, I'm driving the car, so I'm using my left hand to hold it down. My buddy in the passenger seat's got his right arm out the window holding it down. We need those hazard lights. Corey, it's really raining. It's torrential rain. I have to have those hazards on.
I hate when people do that.
Well, it's against the law. For starters, it's annoying as hell. It just shouts out like, I'm incapable of handling these driving conditions. Beware of me. I might lock up my brakes. I might veer right into you without a blinker. I'm out of control because this weather or the mattress on my vehicle, whatever the reasons. Driving, vehicle moving with hazard lights on, against the law. That's not even where we're going. Just a nice reminder, Mario Brothers. Here's another one. Now, I live in the city. I just could not live where I'd have to take like Kenner to LaPlace on the I-10 or the Causeway or out New Orleans East, going to Slidell, even going to the West Bank. I just can't handle like people getting over into the left lane and not passing, the driving in the left lane. Like it's this big mystery. You know, I've heard about the left lanes for passing only. You heard that. I'm not sure I believe it. I mean, look how many people are driving in the left lane right now. I mean, I just think it's like some kind of, people think it's a myth, this mystery. And then with all the people driving in the left lane, they don't believe it. Either don't believe it, don't want to believe it, belligerent, just whatever. I don't know. When I'm in the left lane, someone's barreling up my rear end, I get over to the right because in 5 seconds, they blow through there and they're gone. And that event is over with. It's history. You don't have to think about it, worry about it, none of that. So no driving with hazard lights on. And the left lane is strictly for passing only. Get over to the left lane, aggressively pass, get over to the right. And by the way, the speed limit is irrelevant. Irrelevant. Now, hear me out. You're driving in the left lane, doing the speed limit, and someone barrels up behind you doing 80 miles an hour, 10, 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. Are they breaking the law? You bet they are. They're speeding. You're breaking the law, going the speed limit in the left lane, not letting them pass. And if you're like, well, I'm passing, it should be within a few seconds. Passing doesn't take 45 seconds. Passing should take like 10 or 15 seconds tops, 20 seconds. Get over to the right and let the guy barreling up your rear end that's breaking the law pass you. Because if you restrict a law-breaking speeder in the left lane, you are, in fact, breaking the law yourself. I know a lot of people are like, I don't get it. I'm doing the speed limit. Well, then you're not passing aggressively enough. Mario Brothers, before I get into the latest and greatest driving tip. Police need to drive like 15 or 20 over the speed limit wherever they are. Policemen driving the speed limit on the interstate or on any major thoroughfare, could be Veterans or Claiborne or whatever, is a nightmare. Hit the accelerator, get out of the way, let everybody drive normal. Just everybody starts pooping in their Depends and doing like 30 and a 35 or 40, doing 20 and a 30. It's just obnoxious.
Yeah, it's funny how they have that effect. And they've been out, man. At least Kenner and Metairie, they have been out recently. Not even just the immigration people, like police in general.
No, speed.
Yeah.
Speed. And when there's a red light, if no one's coming, drive through the red light if you're a policeman. Get out of the way.
Yeah, you have the power to. Nobody's stopping you.
Yeah, go. Get out of the way. You just make people paranoid and they go super slow.
Yes. I don't see as many cops these days like abuse the rules of the road. Most of them I see.
No, I mean, I think they don't abuse but I don't think speeding is abusing the rules of the road.
No, not
I'm on I-10 the other day and an NOPD blows by me like 20 over the speed limit. I was like, yes, that's what you're supposed to be doing. No, today's driving insanity tip of the day, whatever. When there's a blinking light, like for example, on River Road today by Oxnard. On River Road, it's blinking yellow. Coming out of Oxnard, it's like a T. It's not a four-way, it's a T. River Road's the main drag. I mean, there shouldn't even be a light there. I guess it's just strictly for Oxnard people getting in and out. But I mean, there's another, little area where you have a turning lane and all that 50 yards up to get in and out of that area. So I think that light should be eliminated. Whatever. It's blinking yellow on River Road. It's blinking red coming out of Oxnard. And people are stopping, letting people in from Oxnard, like stopping. It's a yellow light. You don't blow through that at speed. I think the speed limit on River Road in Metairie right there in Jefferson's 35. You don't blow through the blinking yellow light at 35. Maybe at night, if you see no one's coming out of Oxnard especially. So you slow down. It's a blinking yellow light. It's not green. But my God, you don't slow down to 5 miles an hour and you don't stop. It's not a four-way stop. And the people at Oxnard, you don't have to let them in. There'll be a gap on River Road and they can naturally get in themselves just like you did earlier. Oh, boy. New Orleans drivers, the hazard lights on while moving, the driving in the left lane. No comprende, blinking yellow light doesn't mean stop. It's not a stop sign. Phew, phew, phew. Hey, if you need air conditioning or heat help, especially over the holidays, when I say weekday, weekend, overnight, holidays, I'm not kidding. You need air conditioning or heat help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge. Christmas Day, New Year's Day. Total Maintenance is there. Think Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. In New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, Total Maintenance.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Total Maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spot. TM-AC.com, your cool spot.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing.
Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Artificial turf custom golf putting green. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
Native son, great New Orleans. No, that's me.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
New Orleans native son. No, that's me. That's me, lady. I picked up some Lebanon's Cafe the other day for lunch, and I went Sunday with my mom and brother. I'm there like twice a week on average, I bet. Seriously, 6-8 times a month. It's some of the finest Middle Eastern food in Metro New Orleans. It's healthy for you, tastes really good, big portions, priced right. I love Lebanon's Cafe. Shish kebab, lamb chops, all your favorite Middle Eastern sides. They're open 7 days a week. They open up at 11 a.m. and they stay open straight through the day till 9:30 at night. Lunch, dinner, early dinner, late lunch, midday afternoon snack, outdoor dining, under the green awning, under the oak trees on the streetcar line. Pretty cool place. I guess that's why I'm there all the time. It's fantastic. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn. It's a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. A local poll says 79% of voters oppose deployment of ICE or Border Patrol in Metro New Orleans. But 72% of Republicans favor the deployment, while 89% of Democrats oppose it. The poll was conducted, like I said, a local poll, by John Couvion, JMC Analytics. John Couvion joins us again on the program. How are you, John?
Really good. Thanks for having me on your show today.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, all that.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, speaking of Thanksgiving, when was this poll conducted? Before the these immigration sweeps started, right?
Yes, it was literally like right before Thanksgiving. The November 24th and 25th were the field dates of this poll.
Why such a disparity with Republicans and Democrats? And it seemed, is there just in Metro New Orleans, are there more Democrats registered than Republicans? Or it's 79% of voters oppose it, but it's 72% of Republicans favor it, 89% of Democrats oppose it.
Yes. Well, first, I think the context is important, and that is the poll conducted was of Orleans Parish only,
Gotcha.
as opposed to the New Orleans media market.
There you go.
And as you could appreciate, New Orleans itself is very politically liberal. And so what I think has happened with immigration, it is a controversial issue, of course, but I think that what is making the ICE raids especially controversial, besides, of course, the nature of the raids, is the fact that this is being conducted at the behest of Republican office holders. So you have to automatically put the poll results through a partisan lens, which is, given that New Orleans is very politically liberal and very anti-Trump, that plus the fact that this action is unpopular, that's why we see the results that we do.
Gotcha. Hey, do you know the breakdown, John, by any chance, of Democrat to Republican in Orleans Parish?
I do. And actually, this is the likely voter breakdown, but it'll be pretty close to registered voters. So the sample in this poll was 70% Democratic, 20% independent / unaffiliated, and 10% Republican. The racial breakdown was 51-40 black-white, which is pretty close to the breakdown party and race-wise of those who actually show up and vote in New Orleans.
What was the racial breakdown?
51-40 black-white.
51-40. There you go.
I would say the registered voters, I think it's like 53-39 black-white in Orleans Parish.
So Orleans Parish, you're saying, is 70% Democrat and only 10% Republican?
Correct. New Orleans is a very Democratic jurisdiction. And, you know, even City Council District A, which was once thought of as the Republican bastion of the city, even they are strongly against ICE's action because, of course, Lakeview nowadays is barely conservative. And the other part of the district, which is Uptown, of course, has moved solidly to the left.
White folks in Lakeview, white folks in Uptown New Orleans have moved to the left?
Correct. If you were to look at the election results in Lakeview for, say, national and or statewide elections, you would see about a 50-50 split Democrat-Republican. Uptown is much more Democratic, with only a few Republican enclaves in and around Tulane and Loyola in the 14th Ward.
Wow, that's mind-blowing to me. I would have thought the exact opposite. Unbelievable.
And you know, the funny thing is, if you were to go back into time a generation ago, you had a very solidly Republican constituency in the 14th Ward and along a string of precincts within a block or two on either side of St. Charles Avenue. But of course, that has changed since the early 90s.
Wow, amazing. John Couvillon's with us from JMC Analytics. John, 72% of the Republicans in Orleans Parish favor the deployment, so 7 out of 10. 9 out of 10 Democrats, 89% oppose it in New Orleans. Those are dramatic differences.
And not only is it dramatic, but the thing that was interesting when I looked at the component parts, whether we're talking about white Democrats or white independents, or those who are registered on the voter rolls as other, which of course would be Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, et cetera, all of those voter blocks are solidly against the ICE action. I think that just kind of plays into what I've been saying about the fact that this is being viewed through a partisan lens. And I think the other thing, too, this is getting into speculation, but I think it is worth bringing up on your show because I've done polling on ICE before. Where I've seen the numbers change a lot is really dependent on the exposure to immigrants to begin with. And of course, in New Orleans, you do have a lively immigrant culture as you do in Jefferson Parish.
And how does that influence?
And the way it influences it is I think that people in those parishes see immigrants through an entirely different light as opposed to parts of the state where you do not have as much direct exposure to immigrants.
Hey, John, anything else from this particular part of the poll about the Border Patrol that you wanted to mention?
Really just the fact that in Orleans Parish itself, the action is very unpopular.
You also asked about Jeff Landry, favorable, unfavorable view. In Orleans Parish, it's kind of matching the demographic as far as Republican Democrat, almost 80% unfavorable view of Jeff Landry.
Correct. More specifically, Governor Landry, who I want to say only got 9% of the vote in Orleans Parish in his run for governor, he has a 15 to 77 favorability versus unfavorability rating. And so, in other words, what seems to be happening is the amount of popularity he had in 2023 is basically in line with what you're seeing with his current popularity ratings now.
Did you break it down between Democrats and Republicans in that poll for Jeff
I did.
Landry?
Yes, let me find that for you here. So for Republicans, it would be 62-34 favorable, unfavorable. Democrats, it would be 8% favorable, 81% unfavorable. Independents are 15% favorable, 80 as in 80% unfavorable.
Wow. So
in other words, in New Orleans, what happens, independents basically, it's very hard to make a blanket statement about their political leanings, but in New Orleans, independents are as solidly liberal as are Democrats.
wow. I'm an independent in New Orleans, so that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been an independent since I registered to vote. I think, where did I first register? I guess it was Orleans Parish, maybe East Baton Rouge when I was at LSU. I forget. But yeah, I've been an other ever since 18 years old, John.
And the interesting thing was, a generation ago, independents were a statistically insignificant part of the vote, but they've grown to the point to where you're talking about there being about 30% of the vote. So it's hard to ignore this block of voters.
And nationally, people could be registered Republican or Democrat, but a lot of polls I've seen, people that claim Republican or Democrat, about equal, like under 30%, high 20s for both parties. And I've seen poll numbers of 40% where people are either an independent by registration or could be a Democrat or Republican or Libertarian, but consider themselves an independent. So are those national numbers accurate that I'm talking about? Sub 30 for people that claim the Democrat or Republican Party and north of 40 that say they're independent?
Yes, it would not terribly surprise me. And more specifically, to answer your question, so there's 30 states in our country that track voters by party. And in those 30 states, the most recent data I have, which is basically about a week old, I am showing that you have 36% registered Democrat, 31% registered Republican, and 33% who are unaffiliated.
Wow.
So yes, the numbers that you mentioned are not terribly surprising when you look at it from a national perspective, as opposed to just what we see in Louisiana.
Okay, so the Border Patrol, Jeff Landry, anything else that you guys conducted with this poll?
Those are the relevant questions.
Yep. Hey, how can folks check out that poll at JMC Analytics?
So the poll itself has been kind of bouncing around on social media. I've not yet released it publicly, but there have been snippets about it that have been discussed. I want to say that Mayor-elect Moreno had done an Instagram poll on it a day or two ago. So in other words, there's kind of bits and pieces of it that are floating around, but I have been, releasing information to various reporters who've been asking me about it.
Will it be posted eventually on the website?
That's my thought. I do want to get, permission to do so, because the important thing about polls I do is that they're, of course, commissioned polls, which means the person who paid for them,
owns it.
I want to secure. Yeah. So that is something I need to check on before I do a formal release. But assuming I get the green light, then yes, my intent would be to post it.
John Cuvion, thank you so much.
My pleasure. You have a good afternoon.
You too.
Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Flood Business, 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency, Auto, Home, Flood Business, 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane. You got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's called more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
90 minutes of fun.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, who got pulled over by ICE the other day. No, he didn't. He's fielding your phone calls at 766-9480. 766-9480. Mario Brothers, a big state championship game in the Dome. This thing could rival the last time St. Aug was in the Dome when St. Aug played Jesuit, and they're like 56,000 at the Superdome. St. Aug's taking on Carr. And they played earlier this year, and Carr kind of handled St. Aug like they've handled everybody the last few years. They're expected to win. They're the heavy favorite. You know, like Tulane at Ole Miss, St. Aug knows what they're up against now. So, and there's going to be like 40, 50,000 at the Dome. This is going to be special.
For sure. And I wouldn't count St. Aug out, man. Crazy things happen in high school football. Edna Carr, if you've watched them, objectively much better. But
they're a Canadian Football League team.
Pretty much.
They're almost college level.
They're like the John Curtis teams that I grew up with that would just like smoke everybody. But I will say I've seen some crazy things happen, including last year. I called the Central versus Ruston state championship game, and Ruston had won the last two state championships, both by a lot of points, double digits. Nobody gave Central a chance, and Central won the game 42-0. So
wow, 42-0.
Yes.
How's that possible?
As disciplined as they are, these are still children we're talking about.
I know, but 42-0, that's like a crazy disparity.
Well, there's a lot more. The coach they beat the last week was talking mess on the radio. I think that really motivated
insane.
Central.
That's insane.
But yeah, if you're saying, oh, don't get discouraged.
So what, St. Aug beat Curtis to get to the finals, and don't tell me Carr beat Catholic?
Yes. That's
in
exactly
Baton
right.
Rouge?
Carr beat Catholic the last 2 years.
What was the score this year of Carr Catholic? Have any idea?
I think they won by like 10. It wasn't as close as last year, but it wasn't a blowout
And
either.
what did St. Aug and Curtis do? Same kind of thing?
No, St. Aug won on the last play.
Wow.
It was like
yeah. No, I read that. I read that.
they won on the last play of the game.
Yeah, no, the quarterback went like 70 yards in 36 seconds, I think.
The St. Aug receiver made a great play and broke the defender's ankles and caught the touchdown in the last play.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Imagine how the quality of teams, the students, the fan base, but the bands. This is an elite
Oh,
band.
no, you're right. That's a good point, too. No, Carr Band and St. Aug. Come on, the Marching 100 plus.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I told you I'd be there if I didn't have a wedding to go to.
No,
Saturday
that's
night.
great, man.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you hook up with the Lady friends, Mario Brothers. Man, by the you single, you blow off a wedding. Wow.
Say la vie.
A local poll, Orleans Parish exclusively, where John Cuvion says New Orleans is 70% Democrat and only 10% Republican and 20% independent, and most of those independents lead Democrat. I don't think New Orleans is like 85, 90% Democrat, although I think it's heavy Democrat. There you go, Mario. I think it's heavy Democrat, but I'm thinking it's more like 75, 25, something like that. But John Cuvion says like the demographic as far as party affiliation in Uptown and Lakeview has changed. But he conducted a poll. 72% of Orleans Parish Republicans favor the deployment of Border Patrol. 89% of Democrats oppose it. Talk about just on opposite ends of the spectrum on that. Let's head to the phone lines. 766-9480. 766-9480. Brett is in Irish Bayou. Brett.
What's the word, man?
Kill the bird.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say, what's the reason? And I say, it's Blue Jay season. How's the old anti-Jesuit cheer?
Oh, yeah. That's from you're tipping your De La Salle hand, man.
That's right. What's the word? Kill the bird. What's the reason? It's Blue Jay season.
Yeah, my dad actually went to Jesuit, and they used to say that Rummel was the best public school in Jefferson Parish.
I didn't know Rummel was a school. I thought it was just a sports academy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, my dad went to Jesuit, too. I went to Jesuit for 8th grade, but then I finished at De La Salle. You know what I always found odd? It was kind of just strange, and I never got an answer out of him, and sadly, he passed away. But Tom Fitzmaurice used to always hype that he was like a Jesuit guy. And he went to Jesuit for like 8th and 9th, and then he went to like Rummel the rest of the way. So he never gave Rummel any props, and that's where his diploma's from, and always hyped his like 8th and 9th grade time at Jesuit. But you would think he was like a Jesuit grad. The way you talk about it, and I always wanted to ask him about the love of Jesuit and the not so much love for Rummel when you have a degree from Rummel. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I dad went to Jesuit as well, but I grew up in Slidell, so I went to a small Catholic school over in Slidell. But nevertheless, spent many a day in Tad Gormley Stadium watching some of the Jesuit back when Anthony Selfo played, and Vic Umont was out there. They had a good team back then. But hey, a wide open Wednesday one for you, man.
All right.
What do you think about? You think we'll ever get back? I know this is something that you've been a few who talk about. So the international routes out of MSY, and you can probably give me a history lesson, but we had, I guess before COVID, we had one to Germany, and then the Air France. No, we never did have Air France. Maybe
we had Air France 40 years ago. I think we had a nonstop to Paris, if I'm not mistaken, for a little while.
Did we?
But
Okay,
the nonstop to Frankfurt was like 10 years ago or less. That was what was it? What would you say?
Condor.
Yeah, Condor. And I think they're having some trouble, so they canceled that flight. But we still have the 5 or 6 days a week nonstop to London.
Okay. I knew we had that one, but I think that's the only transcontinental
Yeah, intercontinental. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's transcontinental. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we got like Montreal, maybe Toronto, some like, twice a week to like Honduras, to maybe Cancun,
Yeah, and I remember as a kid, Aeromexico, a Mexican's airline, used to fly to Cancun. It was like a fuel stop in Houston, and then so you get on, you could push your butt in the seat in New Orleans and get off in Cancun. And I know you can now, but it was just cool to have a Mexican airline, and I guess that one never came back.
Yeah,
But
we had
maybe,
what was that other? We were a hub for what was it? Taka? What was the?
Yes, you're right. That was when I remember as a kid seeing the tacos. Yeah.
No, you could fly out of New Orleans to, a lot of South American destinations, and then we had a London nonstop. It was interesting. Like, it's against FAA rules today, but this British Airways flight would start in Mexico City, fly to New Orleans and fill back up, and then fly to London nonstop, and then would fly back from London and New Orleans to Mexico City. So we had a British Airways New Orleans to Mexico City flight and a British Airways New Orleans to London flight. But now these international airlines coming into America, they can't land here, go somewhere else. They only can go back and forth. So it's shocking. I think I forget how many flights Houston has to Mexico City daily. It's like 19 or 24 or something like that. And we have 0. New Orleans to Mexico City seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, maybe something to ask Mike when next time you talk to him, Michael Heck, if he knows of any rumblings of expanding that international portfolio at MSY. New Orleans to Paris seems like a layup. I'm surprised.
Well, I think the New Orleans to London, like the way I remember when they got the London flight, I asked Michael about this. The way they sold it to British Airways, besides the that 787 Dreamliner plane that better fuel economy, smaller capacity, perfect for cities like New Orleans. He did a study. And every day, departing from Louis Armstrong, it was like 500 people ended up in Europe at the end of the day. So they'd fly from New Orleans to Atlanta, New Orleans to New York, New Orleans to Miami, wherever, and then fly to wherever their destination was in Europe. Could be Spain, Italy, wherever, And so Michael brought them that, and that kind of convinced them to fly. I don't know if we could do duplicate to Europe. Like, I was shocked we went to Frankfurt on Condor. I'd love a Paris nonstop. That seems like a no-brainer. I don't know if it'd work. I'll ask Michael about that again. But I've also talked to him about like a nonstop to like Asia or the Middle East. Somewhere in Asia.
Asia would be awesome.
Yeah, where you can go.
I don't know that we have a robust enough demand for that. Man, that would be something. Because I know I used to take a lot of red eyes, and Air China used to leave Bush Intercontinental at like midnight and fly all night to Beijing. I mean, I'm not asking on like a 777, a monster.
Yeah.
We're not anywhere.
No, but I mean, again, you're drawing from the region, so you do some math. How many people leave Louis Armstrong in the morning, and later that day or early the next day they end up in Asia somewhere? And is there a specific location that then you could pull that flight? That's how they're going to have to work it out. I'll ask Michael about all this. It's really interesting questions. And he probably has done the research and knows the answers to all of it.
Yeah. And then lastly, a little aviation. I remember probably 15 years ago, maybe, a little airline was trying to use lakefront. They were going to like Memphis, Birmingham, and then maybe the panhandle of Florida. That was interesting. That didn't last very long. On these little like single properties.
Yeah. I remember. And I remember there was talk. Thanks a lot for the phone call. I appreciate it. Thank you, Brett. Irish Bayou. I remember maybe a decade plus ago, Southwest was talking about 2 or 3 flights out of Lakefront Airport, like to either Houston or Dallas from Lakefront Airport instead of Louis Armstrong International. And that never materialized. I think that'd be pretty cool, actually. I mean, I think that would be convenient for a lot of folks in the East, Slidell, Mississippi, like, past Christian, Bay St. Louis, Waveland, Diamond Head type area. Like 1 or 2 flights a day from Lakefront Airport to Houston and one to Dallas, and maybe taking one away from each of those cities from Louis Armstrong. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. They just drive across town, go to Louis Armstrong, blah, 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 blah. Corey Johnson with you. When you have a serious problem and you need a serious attorney, a real lawyer, not an insurance company facilitator, someone that knows where the courtroom is located, used to going to trial and winning, Kiefer and Kiefer. Check them out online. Learn more. Find out more. KieferandKiefer.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters, and you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
The vibe of the Crescent City, Corey Johnson.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM. Also from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida on 600 AM and 1560.
And what's the problem about being fat, drunk, and stupid, going through life that way? What's the problem with that? Sounds like a pretty glorious way to go through life, Mario.
Yeah, I mean,
you're fat, you're just eating stuff and you don't care. You're drunk, so you're just oblivious.
Yeah.
And you're stupid, so you're really oblivious.
Okay, I was
just carefree, man. No problems.
I was waiting to see how you made stupid flattering. But
Except you die of a heart attack earlier in life than you should.
yeah, not good.
Nope, not good at all. Oh, Mario, I should put this on the air. She hung up. It's my mom calling.
Oh, nice.
Let's call her back. Should we put her on the air?
Sure. I need her number though.
All right. Wow. That's, I guess I'll text it to you. I was about to say it on the air. That would be a mistake.
Yeah, don't do that to your mom.
Yeah, tell her you're going to put her on the air because she may not.
Hey,
want it.
Corey's mom, your son sucks.
Should we tell her we're going to put her on the air or not?
No, do the cold call. Well, I don't know how your mom talks, like cursing.
Oh, no, she would not curse.
Then-
She's 94 years old.
Yeah, no, I think you're good.
All right, call her up. We're going
All
to
right,
put
I
her
got
live
you.
on the air.
All right, just
My
call her, right?
94-year-old
Like you talk
call
to
her right now and just let it ring and put all that on the air, and
Gotcha.
I'll take it from there. I'm going to tell her right away. You're live on the air right now, Mom, on radio and television. Do you need something? What's up? Oh, wow. She knows. That's why she hung up, Mario. Yep. That's why she hung up. Hello?
Hello?
Mom, you're live on the radio and TV right now. Do you want to do this or not?
No, indeed, I don't want to be on the radio.
All right. Well, I saw you call. What happened? It was ringing and then you realized I'm live on radio and TV?
No, I don't know. Someone called me, and I said hello, and no one was there.
Huh.
So then I went on the phone, and I wanted to see what number it was that called.
Huh.
And I don't know how to get it. And then I saw your number, and I said, well, I'm not going to call him. He's on the radio.
And you must have accidentally called.
You what?
You must have accidentally called because I saw it ring a few times and then you hung up.
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't know how to see who was the last caller.
All right. So you don't want to come on the radio or TV show.
No, I don't, Corey. You know I'm shy.
All right. Well, you just were on the last minute explaining all this.
Oh, I was?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Bye.
All right. See ya. Bye.
That was so wholesome and awesome.
She's sweet as can be, huh?
Yeah, she is. That was awesome.
No, I'm lucky.
That was funny how you were like, well, you just were.
Yeah. I was? Okay. Bye. He's gone.
Interesting. She's shy and she raised an actor and a broadcaster son.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how shy she is. I mean, she's definitely not like, I don't know if she's shy is the right word. Maybe for radio or TV she is,
Yeah.
but not as a person.
No, some people get around the microphones and they're not
Oh, no. They start worrying about all kinds
as candid, but at a bar or something, they'll,
I'm
be
going to
really
catch crap for that. Was I really on the air earlier? Yeah, Mom. Well, why did you do that? I don't know. You called. I was just thought there might be something wrong. Once you knew there was nothing wrong, why did you put me on the air? I mean, we catch all this crap. Anyway, no, I'm lucky. I'm lucky that my mom's alive and healthy. Drives, 94 years old, mentally, physically there.
That's so awesome. I've been having that talk with my mom. She's actually leaving to Guatemala tonight to see my grandma.
Nice.
And my grandma is 94.
Wow.
Like, similar age.
Wow.
And I've been telling my mom, like, man, you're a grandma yourself now. Like, you still get to talk to your mom and ask her for advice and stuff. Like, that must be pretty cool.
No, it's really cool. That's a good conversation to have with your mom, Mario.
Yeah.
You're a good boy. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I'm lucky, She's going to be 95 at the end of the month, this month, going into 2026, 95 years old.
Yeah, moms are the best. Shout out to moms.
Yep. Anyway. And she calls me Angel still. Yeah, exactly. As good as it gets. Yep. Hey, Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, is hiring. Looking for a job, looking for a career. Latrim's got you covered. In Elmwood, on the North Shore. Yeah, they got two facilities, Elmwood for you East Bankers and West Bankers, right under the UEP Long Bridge. And on the North Shore, right off I-12. A culture of innovation, and Latrim's looking for you. 2026, a few weeks away. A new job, a new career. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I. TRAM, Latrim.com. Corey Johnson with you. Wide Open Wednesday. Mario, you're going to have to take some of that, my mom, and turn that into a promo for sure. Maybe like a rejoiner.
Yeah.
Something like that.
There were definitely some potential liners.
Might
there.
be two rejoiners you could do out of that.
I got you. I got you.
Just me saying, hey, Mom. And then she's, and her talking, me asking a question, then her hanging up.
I'm shy.
Exactly. Her hanging up and then you have a dial tone after that.
There you go.
Wow.
Whenever you like own a caller, like you win an argument and they stay silent, you could play the sound of your mom being like, I'm shy.
I'll tell you that great story when I was at WWL Down the Dial, huh? I had this really a great producer. This guy's like you, just proactive, always doing stuff. He also did traffic for the station. He's putting in the commercials. That's what traffic's called. You're putting in the commercials for 24 hours a day. Anyway, anytime we'd have like a good call or something, he'd make a promo and, have it running. He's putting all the stuff together. He'd put my promo. It'd run all day long. Anyway, some woman calls and just kind of went off. It was just kind of crazy. And I kind of like put her in her place. It wasn't like I was attacking a woman. She was insane. So anyway, it was good radio. He made a promo out of it. So this promo is running like 2 weeks on the station. I walk in one day and he's just like shaking his head before the show starts. I'm like, what's up? I knew something was up. He's like, dude, you're not going to believe this. I'm like, what? He goes, Joe Blow, the sales guy, that was his wife. Like they had this sales guy that just didn't like me. He's literally trying to sabotage my show and has his wife call in. And I had no idea of this, just natural, organic part of the show. She said some ridiculous stuff. I put her in her place. It was so good. We made a promo out of it. So like talk about karma and backfiring. Plus this poor bastard, he has to listen to the promo for like 2 weeks. His wife's hearing it. I mean, it's like wrecking their marriage or something. Finally, he gets it pulled. Like, that's how my guy knew. He's like, yeah, he finally went in, enough's enough, pull the promo. It's like, yeah, it's by your own doing.
Yeah, it's your fault, man.
I think totally your fault. I mean, that is the pure definition of karma. This guy doesn't like my show. He's not going to call the show. He plants his wife, plants the call, and we use it as a promo. Like, we didn't even know it was her. This guy's an expert. Let's see what he thinks about all this. Karma? What, Blue Boy? Karma's a what? Oh, I can't say that word on the radio. Not FCC legal or not in good taste. I hear you. Karma's a female dog. That's what you're saying, Blue Boy? Use that reference? Wow. No, it is. 5 o'clock power hours next. Blue Boy says stick around. And he says a lot more. Listen.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see. What about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. Because the Lamarque team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarque Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Yeah, you right. Wide Open Wednesday, 5 o'clock power hours upon us. I love the 5 o'clock power hour. Thanks so much for checking us out, listening in your car via the radio, checking us out on TV statewide. Maybe it's YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything. The Neutral Ground with me, Corey Johnson, on YouTube, live every day. We're on Twitter. We're on X, live every day. Follow me on X, at Corey Johnson. At 6 o'clock, you can check out the program, anything you missed, on X or YouTube. Also, the podcast on Spotify. And on 5 different social media platforms, you can check out some short clips from the show. YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you join us. Wide Open Wednesday. You're the show producer. What a gorgeous day. I guess now getting dusky-like. It was cold this morning, like high 40s, and it quickly heated up. It went from like 40 to 48 degrees like at 8 a.m. to like 63 at like 9:30. Like dramatic. Like you go in the building at 8 a.m. with a coat, and you come out at 9:30 taking off that coat. Yeah, the temperature was like 60-something by 9:30. Tomorrow, 46 again in the morning. And then we hit the low 60s. It'll be a little cooler tomorrow than today. Friday, a little warmer than today. We start off again in the high 40s on Friday, but then we'll hit 72. On Saturday, we start off in the 50s and hit 72. Really nice weather. Get outside, enjoy it. Drop some coals, you know? Head to the grocery store, grab a steak, grab some chicken, grab some burgers and dogs, pork, seafood, whatever. Drop the coals, do some grilling, get outside. The weather is outstanding. 70 and sunny. Well, the sun's fading out of the sky now, but 70 and temperature's dropping a little. No, I can't wait. In about an hour and a half, 6:30-ish, I'll be walking Mr. Tolley in the neighborhood. It'll be 60 degrees, hopefully a little breeze. Nice. Nice as pork fried rice. That would be pork fried rice from Trey Yen in Mandeville. Mario Brothers, they call that a textbook segue in radio. Trey Yen in Mandeville, so good. You want to experience some of the best Chinese food in America. It's right here in Metro New Orleans, Trey Yen in Mandeville. It's special. It's worth the drive. One of the best seafood restaurants in the Metro, Trey Yen in Mandeville, tonight for dinner. Yummy. I'm overdue for a little Trey Yen. I've been beelining across the causeway lately, but I've been hitting Gallagher's 527. I need to get over to Trey Yen. It's been a few weeks. Earlier in the program, 4 o'clock hour, John Cuvion joined us from JMC Analytics and Polling. They polled New Orleans voters, where the vast majority are Democrats, but a small number of Republicans. Overall, 79% of Orleans Parish voters oppose the deployment of ICE or Border Patrol in New Orleans. But when you break it down by party, again, it's New Orleans is like 70% Democrat. And John Cuvion said only 10% Republican. I think it's a little more than that. Let's call it 20%, 70% Democrat, 20% Republican. When Democrats were asked about the deployment of ICE or Border Patrol in New Orleans, 7% favor it. 7. 89% are opposed. 9 out of 10 Democrat New Orleanians are opposed to ICE or Border Patrol in the city. When you poll New Orleans Republicans, New Orleanians that are registered Republicans, 72% favor the deployment. 24% oppose it. Much more balance with New Orleans Parish Republicans, a little more balance than the Democrats. The Democrats are pretty extreme. Like 9 out of 10 oppose it, only 7% favor it. With Republicans, still falls on party lines, 72% favor it, but 24% oppose it. 766-9480. You know what I think? I think it's all political theater. The OIG's month-long investigation into Junket Cantrell's claims that NOPD officers cheated on the promotion exams. Baseless allegations. This is what Ed Michel, the OIG, says. Baseless allegations. Delayed promotions to critical positions, leaving gaps in leadership during critical events, including a terrorist attack, the Super Bowl, Mardi Gras. No, Junket Cantrell with her personal agendas. 766-9480. Hey, Mario Brothers, do you have your new little open in the show? Let's go with it.
What are you wearing? I don't get how guys dress today. I mean, come on.
Hey, how about that? All
Yep.
right. So today I am.
Wait. No one knows what the hell that I'm talking about. He's going into it.
Oh, my bad.
Calm down, Mario.
Okay.
Slow down your roll.
Okay, my bad. Thought we explained it already.
No,
So-
well, we do every day, but we got to do it every day because we might have new listeners.
Okay, good call.
It's Mario's attire du jour, his outfit of the day, primarily his shirt or blouse.
Yes, outfit of the day, normally sports, and I was a second ago wearing an LSU sweatshirt.
Yep.
Actually given to me as a gift by Jacob Hester. Shout out to him.
Now something in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish.
Yes, I'm excited to explain this to you. So this is a Gallo t-shirt. Gallo is a Guatemalan-based beer that they make there. I think it's called Famosa in the USA. Different
Looks like
branding.
Gallo to me. Gallo.
Exactly, 2 L's, Quesadilla.
Gaia.
And it's kind of a play on words, not like a direct English translation, but it says, "He who drinks lives less worried, less stressed, less sad, less agitated."
Huh.
Yes.
So drink the Gaia.
Yes, it's a pro beer.
I've never seen. Is Gaia available in New Orleans anywhere? Like, does Cooter Browns have Gaia?
You know, I don't think it is.
All right, call Cooter Browns. Look it up. Come on.
Okay.
Let me see if I got Cooter Browns on the phone.
I've definitely seen famosa like in the country, but I'm not sure I've seen it in New Orleans.
Do I have Cooter Browns in my phone? That would be interesting. I don't know if I have Cooter Browns in my phone.
Have you called Cooter Browns live before?
Well, I've called. No, I haven't. Let's call them.
Okay.
Let me look up the number. Make it easy for you. Although you're a fast typer, Barrio.
Yeah. Over the
Cooter
years.
Browns bar.
I got you.
Let's see. You ready for the number?
Yeah. Text it to me.
Let's see. No, I'm going to tell you. I don't care on the air. It's not my mom.
All right, cool. Just, let's hear it.
504. Dial them up, Mario. You don't have to put it in the machine. Dial them up. 504-866-9104. Put me on right away. We're calling Cooter Browns on River Road and Carrollton and St. Charles.
Until 1 a.m., 7 days a week.
Oh, might have to
Please
push a
press
button.
1 to place a food order in the kitchen.
Press 0.
To be connected to the bar staff.
Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator.
Got two things to talk to him about. Cooter Browns.
Should be good.
In the Carrollton section of Uptown. Carrollton at St. Charles by River Road. Oh, boy.
Man.
Not answering.
Happy hour right now, man.
Maybe. I guess so. Yeah, it's 5:15. I guess it is happy hour.
Cooter Brown Kitchen, how may I help you?
Hey, I wanted to ask about a beer that you guys, if you sell it or not.
I think I might have to transfer you over to the bar.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
All right.
Mario, it's Gaia with an A. at the
Gallo
end.
with an
Gallo.
O. Gallo, yes.
He's asking about like a beer we haven't thought of.
Might be famosa.
Hey, what beer are you looking for?
It's a Guatemalan beer, Gaia. Gallo. Gallo.
Let me go check. Sometimes we do, but I don't think we do right now.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. Cooter Browns is bad. Have you ever been in Cooter Browns?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, they always have. I'll ask this guy. Guess I'll tell him on the radio when he comes back.
Gonna be lively for the Tulane games. Okay.
Yep. Oh yeah. And they go till 2-3 in the morning. It's kind of German style, big tables.
Good food.
Yep. Finding out if they have Gallo
On the search
at
for
Cooter Browns.
Gallo beer.
No, we do not have any right now.
All right. Hey, real quick.
Sure.
How late? You guys are open all the time. When do y'all shut down?
We generally shut down about 1. If it's completely empty, between 12 and 1, we might shut down a little early, but we're open until at least midnight every night.
And the kitchen, same thing.
Kitchen, same thing, yeah.
Yep. And real quick, how aggravating is that stop sign they put up at River Road in Carrollton right there?
I think it's caused less accidents than just people flying through there.
Oh, there were a lot of accidents.
Oh my God, all the time.
Oh wow. All right. I stand corrected. Cool, man. Thanks so much. See you at Cooter Brown soon. Thanks. Wow. I stand corrected, Mario. Said a lot of accidents right there. People were I used to fly through there.
Man, yeah. I wouldn't have thought that, but
Yep.
guess
No
so.
Gallo right now, Mario, but it's coming soon to Cooter. They have it sometimes, he says.
Yeah, they said if you're curious, it's kind of like it's a smoother beer, but it's got, if you've ever had Dos Equis, it tastes very similar to that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. Corey Johnson with you, Wide Open Wednesday. A slew of topics. 5 o'clock powwow continues. Don't move. Coming right back after this short message.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, The NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
It's a hell of a lot easier than when I delivered pizza in New Orleans. What the hell? We're all just blocking the street. We're all just blocking the street. Come on, I gotta deliver this pizza. We're all just blocking the street. Screw it. We won't stop blocking the street. Yeah, stop blocking the street.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson.
If you can't beat them, join them. Corey Johnson back at you, Wide Open Wednesday. Phone lines are open. If you'd like to participate in the program, question, comment, critique, 766-9480. We don't screen calls and we never cut you off, especially if we disagree. 766-9480. Speaking of, it always amazes me. Not all the time, but obviously it's a lot of elected people or pundit types, so-called pundits, that have very vocal opinions that refuse to come on the program. Blows me away. Somebody today just ridiculously vocal, all kind of opinions all the time, like can't shut this person up. I reach out to him today to come on the program. Can't come on today. Busy. How about tomorrow? How about after the holidays? It's like, first off, just like insane ego. Like, how about after the holidays? I'm calling you to come on the program. Like, you're not that special where, like, you did something specific, so I want to get you on to talk about that specific thing. Timing's important. So not interested in getting you after the holidays. So I didn't say that, but I was just like, how about tomorrow, whatever. And then I get the after the holiday thing. And I was like, well, it's timely. So, I want to get you on now. Really, really busy right now. Really swamped. The holidays and all. What is it, the 11th, Mario? I don't care, honestly. It sounds sour. He's upset about it. I'm not. It just blows me away, people that two things. Don't want to mess with me. Don't want to come on. And it's not like Corey's going to trick them or he knows something they don't know. They know they're full of crap a little bit, and they know I'm going to ask them legitimate questions, and they worry about legitimate questions. They want to go somewhere where their crap is, they're placated, they're appeased, where the questions are going to be, acting like their crap is real, so anyway.
Who was the mayor candidate that came in here and did the interview?
Royce
I remember-
Duplessis.
Yeah, I really respected him. For
Yeah,
doing that,
no,
'cause you
coming
were-
into the studio. No, exactly.
Yeah, and you and a lot of people were, I think, rightfully being critical of him and his commercial.
But
And
that
stuff.
commercial played it on the air, all
Yeah,
that, you
but,
know. And
but he stood there and faced you
Totally.
and answered. it.
No, you got to respect Royce Duplessis for exactly that. You can dislike him as a candidate, but you bring up a great point, Mario. No, this person I was shocked, because this person is so loud and so vocal, but under their terms. I mean, I've never refused an interview ever. I don't care if it's on Fox News, which I've gone on, or CNN or MSNBC in the past. I don't care who's on, what the topics are. They tell me the topic. I'm like, sure. I've even had them go, well, what point of view are you going to have on it? I'm like, do you want to know now, or you just want it to, well, we're assuming you're going to be like this. I'm like, well, I'm probably going to be thinking this. Okay, they like it, they don't like it. I don't care. Calling me to give my opinion, that's what I'm doing. But I'd never shy away from it. It's what I do. So it blows me away when opinion type people, supposed opinion type people, are pundits and or elected officials that you can't shut them up, but they don't want to come on the program strictly because now they'll tell you something like Corey has an agenda, or he's extreme left, or he's extreme right, depending on who the person is. I get it from both sides. Extreme left, extreme right. But the real thing is I'm going to ask real common sense questions the listening or viewing audience would want asked. It's pretty simple. This job isn't rocket science. And a lot of these people that are full of crap are nervous about that. I got to go on Corey's show. He's going to question me on that. Exactly what the people want to know. No, I had to laugh. I mean, just the comments like busy today. How about tomorrow? Really swamped. Well, it's a timing thing. I want to talk about what you just discussed. Maybe after the holidays when things calm down, it's like, boy, just warped ego, warped like self-importance, thinks much more of what they think and their opinion than what the general public thinks. I can go on and on and on. Just some people are absolutely crazy. But what blows me away is can't shut them up until I ask them to come on the show. Then they become mute. Can't get a peep out of them. No, they're politicians. Blake Miguez, he's running against Bill Cassidy. I don't care if Bill Cassidy wins or loses, or Blake Miguez wins or loses. But he won't come on the show because he knows I'm going to ask real questions. He goes on extreme right-wing leaning shows where they appease him and placate him. Hey, buddy. I mean, they might as well kiss and hug before the interview starts. I'm not out to get Blake Miguez, but I'm not out to kiss his rear end either. I don't work for him. I work for you. So again, I'm not out to get him. And I'm not out to kiss his rear end. I'm out to do a fair, objective interview. But no, some people are kind of scared. And no, this particular pundit knows my views probably opposite of theirs, and they can't defend their view with me. They can't defend their view with me. Like-minded people, of course, they can defend their view. Everybody's on the same page. Now, my mom never told me this, but the expression is, your mama told you, never talk politics and religion. It's just like hard to find the person that just lines up with your faith and your political point of view.
That feels like a very dated phrase, to be honest with you.
Well, today it doesn't apply.
Like that's just dumb.
But people just go after each other now. I don't know if it's dumb, Mario. I mean, if you're somewhere having a nice, pleasant evening with friends,
for sure,
and someone wants to inject religion or politics in it, it's going into a negative angle. It's not going to be, wow, he's bringing up religion and it's positive.
Time and place for sure, but I don't like this environment that's been fostered of like it's bad to talk politics. It's bad.
No. I don't think it's that. I think it's more of what I said. Like these aren't positive things. I mean, religion could be, but I'm just saying. I mean, for you it is, and for me it is. It's our faith. It's our personal love of God and all that. But other people may not believe. They might be atheists. They might believe in another religion. We think our religion's champion. God's a Catholic. It's like, no, God was a Jew. But anyway, or well, our God, Jesus, Allah was not a Jew, and Buddha wasn't a Jew and a Catholic or any of that. So that's why it's just, it's not going to all line up, you know?
I hear you. That makes sense.
At least that's how I interpret that expression. Hey, Mario Brothers, did you see this NIL money list? I mean, maybe you've seen it. It might be out for a long time. Number one, NIL. Arch Manning at Texas, $6.5 million a year.
Jeez.
$6.5 million a year. I remember when Arch Manning, there was talk like he's not going to accept NIL money. I'm like, that's crazy. Everybody's like, he's going to be an NFL quarterback. I'm like, nothing's guaranteed. I'm like, you take in America when they're offering you money, you take it. $6.5 million a year. Smart.
That's more than double what Tyler Shuck is making, professional NFL quarterback that's playing well
right now.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah, that's wild.
Peyton Manning, Arch Manning makes more than Tyler Shuck.
Yeah, he's making $2.7 million his rookie year.
Well, I got news for you. Garrett Nussmeier makes more than Tyler Shuck. Garrett Nussmeier, Arch Manning's number one in the country, NIL, $6.5 million a year. Garrett Nussmeier's sixth, $3.6 million LSU's paying Garrett Nussmeier. $3.6 million to play quarterback.
Jeez.
It's crazy. Crazy. Wow. And I'm not dogging Arch Manning or Garrett Nussmeier. Those dollar figures are insane.
Yeah.
They're
The wild
crazy.
ones are for the ones that have never played college sports before. Like those guys at least have been on the field before.
Yeah,
It's like I remember Bryce Young coming out, had never taken a snap and was getting like crazy money.
It's crazy.
Who's next?
In spite, I don't know. I just pulled those two.
Oh, okay. All good.
In spite of an arbitrator's opinion, the new Sewage and Water Board director, Randy Heyman, wants to rebid the $1 billion lead pipe remediation contract. I have no connection to the company that won it, the company that wants in. I'm wondering why this needs to be rebid, especially when an arbitrator, a fair, objective judge, ruled the contract's fine, stick with it, recommend sticking with it. But Randy Heyman, the new Sewage and Water Board director, who I need to get on the program, is opposed to it. I'm hoping Randy Heyman, it's like, this is a little different because it's politics and it's the city of New Orleans. Like I want, Will Hall to succeed at Tulane. I want Randy Heyman to do a great job at the Sewage and Water Board. But I'm a little skeptical because Ghassan Corbin did more in 7 years than maybe the previous 70 in New Orleans. He did like a half dozen major improvements to the Sewage and Water Board. They're major. Those two big water towers keeping the water pressure up, the $300 million power substation, smart meters, getting rid of a lot of the bureaucracy and BS, bringing in a competent staff beneath him. A lot of those people are still there. The copper thieves, the people abusing handicap parking, play, all that crap. Got rid of all those jokers, accountability. No, accomplished more in 7 years than the previous 70. Gonna put turbine number 4 from 1915 into the museum forever. New turbines coming online. No, I worry that Randy Heyman's not just some political appointment. I hope he's the real deal, like Ghassan Corbin was. Because we can't go backwards. It's like Tulane, can't go backwards. Sewage and Water Board can't go backwards. Nice recognition. It's so true. I talk about this a lot. The Washington Post named City Park, New Orleans City Park, one of America's best parks. And it is. So is Audubon Park. World-class parks, both of them. World-class parks. Do other cities have great parks in America? Sure they do. But if you don't think City Park in New Orleans and Audubon Park in New Orleans are world-class parks, you're not paying attention. You haven't been to world-class parks around the rest of the country, around the rest of the world. No, we're lucky. We're blessed. World-class. Hey, speaking of world-class, they've been at it since 1940. 85 years of excellence, going on 86. Talking about Young's Dry Cleaning, the best dry cleaner in the business. Tired of your dry cleaner? Simply want to experience the best. People that'll take care of you. Young'sDryCleaning.com. I've been going to Young's for decades and decades, like 30, 40 years, literally. Young'sDryCleaning.com. The 5 o'clock power hour on this wide open Wednesday continues. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. When we come back, we'll reset on this wide open Wednesday.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Changing talk radio in New Orleans for the better. It's Corey Johnson on the Neutral Ground. Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
Yeah, you right. Boy, Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, a staunch conservative, saying there has to be a better way with how Border Patrol's handling things. I think it's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. Just when the unpopular view within the party, Democrat or Republican, is embraced by someone in the party, like it's not popular. No, Billy Nungesser. They said we're getting rid of criminals. These people, a lot of them have played by the rules and have a work visa and now are fearful. I've got to believe there's a better way. We all want the criminals gone. That they're pulling these people out of homes, I just don't know. And especially during Christmas time, it's not a good situation. I'm all for getting the criminals, illegal criminals, out of the country. But these attacks on this city, I'm afraid it's going to have a negative effect on the tourism industry. It doesn't seem like they take advice from any of the locals. I'm at a loss for words. That's Billy Nungesser, a staunch Republican. There has to be a better way. I totally agree. That's why I say this is all political theater. It's crap. Everyone wants the violent criminals arrested. Why, like, the special, going after the illegals, the migrant workers, when the vast majority of them aren't violent criminals, and it's proven in the arrests. I've said during this proactive immigration sweep, there'll be more legitimate lawsuits, not Morris Bart crap, more legitimate lawsuits than actual violent criminals arrested. More lawsuits than violent criminals arrested. I'll even take it a step further. There'll be more payouts by the federal government to single individuals than violent criminals arrested. Most of the people they've arrested so far in Chicago, Charlotte, New Orleans, wherever they've been, the vast majority are quickly released, and they're not violent criminals. Many are citizens. Many of them have visas. This is political crap. I'd love to discuss it with anyone that thinks otherwise. 766-9480. Actually have a thoughtful discussion about it. No, I'm all for getting all violent criminals off the street. I don't care if they're an illegal or a citizen. I don't care. People are like, Corey, if you or one of your family members was accosted, murdered, raped by an illegal, you'd care. If a citizen did it, does the victim go, wow, I'm finding a slight bit of relief knowing it's a citizen that did this heinous crime to me and not an illegal? Because that would have to be true, right? If crime gets committed, a violent crime in America, and you find out it's an illegal that did it, just a deranged person that you happen to bump into, if they weren't illegal, if they're illegal, they shouldn't be here. Like that mentality. There are 12 to 20 million illegals in America. There's no way to deport them all. So they're going to be here. A smaller percentage of illegals commit violent crime and crimes in general than citizens do. So a better chance of a citizen committing a crime on you than an illegal. Clearly. It's not even close. If a victim of a violent crime, and it happens to be an illegal that committed the crime, freaks out about that, makes that the glaring thing, that's the major thing. If this illegal one shouldn't be here, if the law was followed, this crime wouldn't have happened to me, then the opposite must be true. People that have violent crime happen to them by U.S. citizens must go, a little bit of relief. At least it wasn't an illegal. I don't think anyone says that. And I see a lot of folks posting stuff on Twitter and social media about, they'll bring up like Mark Dean, the Channel 26 photographer, producer who got killed on the Crescent City Connection, where the guy ran into him, an illegal ran into him on his motorcycle and killed him. Two things they'll assume. One, they say, violent crime, murder. He was killed, different from a murder. It was an accident. This illegal didn't deliberately try to kill Mark Dean. It was an accident. So it's not a murder. It's not even a violent crime. It's an accident. It's criminal, but it's not a violent crime. It was an accident. Major difference. Second, a lot of folks assume Mark Dean would care if it was an illegal or a citizen that hurt him. And what I knew of Mark Dean, he would just be concerned someone that he loved got hurt. And he wouldn't be concerned if it was an illegal or a citizen, especially when it was an accident. Anyway, no, I think it's brave of Billy Nungesser to buck the system and go against what most conservatives in the state think. They favor these Border Patrol raids. No, it needs to be done where you're getting better information. You know exactly who you're going after. The facts lead you there. Mistakes can happen. Mistakes happen all the time. Police kick in the wrong door, arrest the wrong person. It happens. Those are mistakes. Going out half-cocked, ready, fire, aim, arresting 100 Latinos and hoping you find some violent criminals, that isn't how America operates. So Billy Nungesser, a staunch conservative, is right. There's got to be a better way. I don't know anyone that's like thinks this is legitimate, thinks the money being spent, the resources allotted, it's legitimate with the results they're getting. And just folks like, they have a lot of violent illegals in Metro New Orleans. We're out to get them. No, there aren't a lot of violent illegals in Metro New Orleans. You want to know the most violent people in New Orleans? The U.S., the citizens. The FBI has this binder of about 300 or 400 violent criminals in New Orleans. They know who they are. You got 250 federal law enforcement agents, either ICE or Border Patrol. If they could arrest one of these 300 or 400 violent criminals in New Orleans one each, that would be 250 arrests. Violent crime would plummet. But violent crime by illegal aliens in Metro New Orleans is not a major problem or concern by anyone that's paying attention. I'll go on social media like, hard to find violent crime in Louisiana committed by illegals. And folks will pull out the 7 crimes by illegals. It's like, how many were committed by citizens? Thousands. 766-9480. No, it's political theater. That's all it is. It's not real. Speaking of not real, the OIG taxed mayor money, a month-long investigation into Junket Cantrell's claims that NOPD officers cheated on that promotions exam. No, what it was, you had some of these officers critical of Officer Vappy, and the mayor was trying to get, a little retaliation, revenge. Hopefully the feds are all over this OIG report. We're going to have to get Ed Michel on the program. A quote from Ed Michel about the claims that NOPD officers cheated on the promotions exam. Baseless allegations, delayed promotions to critical positions, leaving gaps in leadership during critical events, including a terrorist attack, the Super Bowl, and Mardi Gras. Now, this is Junket Cantrell's legacy. Like petty little revenge, going after people, nothing to substantiate why, and then the city suffering from it. Ironically, the mayor declined to be interviewed by the IG. Typical. No, Junket Cantrell just full of crap where it's pouring out of her ears. 766-9480. Every day, this program on radio, television, YouTube, X, brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. That's in Kennebra, home of Lamarck Ford, home of Lamarck Lincoln. And don't forget about Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. You need a commercial truck, van, or SUV, that's where you go. Every day, this program brought to you by Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park, the Lamarck Automotive Complex, and Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Yeah, you right. 766-9480. The old Whitney Bank on Carrollton and Oak Street, it's being converted into like a little mini hotel and an upscale bar too. 19 rooms, 7 suites, an upscale bar, the old Whitney Bank on Carrollton and Oak Street. I mean, I love that. I can't think of a hotel where you could physically stay anywhere near that area, anywhere near Oak and Carrollton. I think the nearest hotel would be like down St. Charles Avenue, maybe like that Hampton Inn by the, Superior Grill. I guess that Audubon Hotel right on Audubon Park. It's like a bed and breakfast. That house on like, what is that? Walnut and St. Charles right by Audubon Park, across from Audubon Place. I guess that's the closest place where you needed lodging. I don't think the Brent House at Ochsner Hospital would let you stay at that hotel unless you have a patient in the hospital. So no, a little, 19 rooms, 7 suites, upscale, Oak and Carrollton, pretty cool. A place I've never been and I need to get to because I like Del Porto, the restaurant in Covington. But right across the street, the Southern Hotel, I wouldn't mind spending a night or two at the Southern Hotel. Spend a weekend in Covington, Mandeville, lot worse places to be, kind of a staycation in the metro. Heard a great bar, I've just mentioned Del Porto right across the street. Fantastic restaurant in Covington. Now I might have to do that Southern bar and that Southern hotel. Heard they just redid it first class. No, they're putting millions into this old Whitney Bank at Carrollton and Oak. Love it. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. Hey, it's Christmas. How about a new pair of sunglasses for him or her? You know where you get those sunglasses? Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them. You need prescription eyewear? You need some great sunglasses for him or her. Great Christmas present. 4,000 plus frames to choose from. Google them. Art and Eyes on Magazine, where all the eyewear comes from. Where all the eyewear comes from. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Coming right back. Don't move, New Orleans. Dial us up.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Simlawn artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com. The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the Neutral Ground.
You can say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy. Good buddy.
That's true. You can dog me all day long. Blue Boy is off limits. 766-98480. You know, I've often discussed just facts. Yep. Driving with your hazard lights on is illegal in Louisiana. The vehicle can't be moving. Driving in the left lane, not passing, proactively passing is illegal. It's against the law to drive in the left lane of the interstate. Right now, you're listening to the show, you're beelining out in the east, just unconscious on your way home to New Orleans, East or Slidell, and you're in the left lane of the interstate. You're breaking the law. You're supposed to get over to the right. And it doesn't matter what the speed limit is. If you're doing the speed limit in the left lane, someone's barreling up your rear end, speeding and breaking the law. You're breaking the law, not getting over and letting the speeder pass. That's a fact. And here's another third driving tip. There's a blinking light by Ochsner Hospital on River Road. So it's like a T. It's not a four-way stop. Clearly, Ochsner's getting the blinking red light. River Road, the blinking yellow light. You do not need to stop for a blinking yellow light. You just slow down and drive through it. And not like to 10 miles an hour. It's a 35. Do you go through it at 35? No. Especially during heavy traffic time. But you go through it like at 20 or 25, and you don't stop. And you don't let people in that are trying to get in from Ochsner, because there'll be a gap on River Road, and they'll be able to get in on their own. You know, just like you did. That's what blows me away, Mario. It's like, how did these cars get on River Road themselves? Oh, wow, there was a gap. No one let them in. Crazy. Now, that blinking light by Ochsner, first off, that light doesn't even need to be there. But if it's blinking yellow, you just drive right through that bad boy, okay? You don't have to stop. It's not a stop sign. It's not a three-way stop. That's today's driving lesson, brought to you by Freddy's Speed Shop on Williams Boulevard in Kenner. If you have an old Trans Am or a Z28 Camaro, Freddy's Speed Shop's for you. New T-tops, all kind of vinyl interior options. It's Freddy's Speed Shop, Williams Boulevard in Kenner, bruh. Oh, wow. Freddy's Speed Shop. I don't think there's a Freddy's Speed Shop in Kenner. I'm pretty sure about that. 766-9480. John Cuvion joined us last hour. 72% of Orleans Parish Republicans favor the deployment of Border Patrol. 89% of Democrats oppose it. Talk about just diametrically different views on that. LaToya Cantrell, Junket Cantrell, claimed that some NOPD officers cheated on their promotion exam. This woman is deranged. The OIG says baseless allegations. And put the, NOPD, the citizens, in jeopardy. Leadership gaps during critical events like the terrorist attack, the Super Bowl, Mardi Gras. Just Junkie Cantrell can't go away soon enough. 4 weeks from Monday, she's gone. 4 short weeks from Monday. 30-something days left. A little over a month left of Junkie Cantrell. Hooray. In spite of an arbitrator's opinion, new Sewage and Water Board Director Randy Heyman wants to rebid a $1 billion lead pipe remediation contract. That makes me a little nervous. Why, when a judge, an arbitrator says, it's fine, stick with this, it's fine, does Heyman feel compelled to rebid it, the new Sewage and Water Board Director? Washington Post naming the best parks in America. New Orleans' own City Park made that list. I'd put Audubon Park in that number too. Some crazy NIL money in college sports. The number one maker of dinero in college sports via NIL, Arch Manning at Texas. The University of Texas and those boosters and advertisers pay him $6.5 million annually. Sixth on the list is LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier. $3.6 million a year. Good money if you can get it, to say the least. Speaking of good, my God, incredible, gorgeous day, great weather today. We started out like in the high 40s. We'll do the same tomorrow and Friday, starting out in the 40s. Tomorrow we'll creep up to the 60s. Friday we'll get to like 70, like today. Friday's a rinse and repeat of today. Tomorrow, a little cooler than today. Saturday will creep up to 71. But outstanding weather. We're creeping back into the 60s. The high today was like 70. High 60s right now. The sun's set. Just great night. Drop some coals. Do some outdoor dining somewhere. Get to Lebanon's Cafe. Eat outside at Lebanon's Cafe. Get to Katie's in Mid-City. Literally at Katie's, they have tables wrapping around the corner. Down Iberville, down Tallahassee, they have a patio. Outdoor dining as New Orleans as it gets. Get to Katie's tonight. Enjoy this weather. Enjoy some New Orleans delicacies at Katie's. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville has an outdoor patio right behind the bar. You can dine outside in Mandeville at Gallagher's 527. So damn good. Outdoor dining, man. That's one of those post-coronavirus crisis, the pandemic, a positive. I mean, you got to spin it some way. Like Katrina, you got to come up with a silver lining. BP oil disaster, silver lining. Something positive out of a negative. And mid-high to high-end restaurants that never, ever would do to-go orders, just about all of them do to-go orders now. Some even curbside delivery. Trey Yen, curbside delivery. Lillette on Magazine, curbside delivery. They'll walk it out to your car. And then outdoor dining. I think a lot of folks take it for granted. They're like, man, New Orleans has always had outdoor dining. Not really. Pre-pandemic, 5-6 years ago, maybe a couple of dozen places had outdoor dining in the entire metro New Orleans area. Clearly, 90% plus, no outdoor dining. 95% plus, like literally a couple of dozen. And like half of them were like French Quarter courtyard places. Now there are dozens and dozens. There might be 100 restaurants in Metro New Orleans that have outdoor dining. So yeah, a slight silver lining from the storm. Corey Johnson with you. Already Wednesday. That means tomorrow's Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 big hours, every weekday, 4 to 6 o'clock on the radio, on television, on YouTube, on X. After the fact, you can check out the program on X or YouTube or on Spotify. Check out the podcast on Spotify. Plus short clips just about every day on YouTube, on Twitter, X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Corey Johnson, The Neutral Ground. Our website, CoreyTalks.com, has all that info. CoreyTalks.com. So does Blue Boy. He's talking. He's barking up a storm. What, buddy? Thank Mario and thank our listening audience and viewing audience. Blue Boy, thanks. I couldn't do it without you. Mañana.
You're on The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.